So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Gateway, our one of our one of our side games here on the Haven. Um, we are revisiting our adventurers who are slowly proving themselves heroes as we're going to seep out of reality, drift through that dark cloud, and down into where we left our adventurers. This horribly, this horrible internal chamber of stone bridges, pillars, and flowing magma.
We're in a volcano. Shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes. Well, we're standing on islands in the middle of a volcano. Yes.
I have a place to bring you in, so I will inform them when they spot you. Okay?
Fair.
So the lot of you are still standing in that first place where the door leads back. You have every direction you can go. You know that both of the sides lead around to that same spot,
Okay.
and Biren knows there's another that goes straight back to an outcut of light.
Giving this some more thought, I have an idea. Biren, what if we take your kite, uh, the kite thing that you do with the Shawnee a little bit further?
I I
Also,
I, I can't. I get what you're thinking, but it's not going to be possible because I'm already at half speed. Kite has it again. That means I'm gonna be in the middle of every single bridge every single time. You get what I'm saying?
I do, but we have ways of making sure that you're restored should that happen, and it would get all three of us across at the same time. Potentially.
Okay, so you're thinking of me pulling two people?
No, I'm thinking of you pulling Dashani, but before you pull Dashani, she flies me up and lets me go. And I glide across the gaps.
With what?
I have a gliding suit.
Oh,
And hot air usually helps with situations like that.
fixing to say that that hot air will make it rise a little bit. You may actually have issues coming down. Um,
I've got 100-foot rope that I can deploy from the gliding harness.
well, but isn't her fly speed crazy?
No, I think hers is just a
no.
movement speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's my thought. How how much how far across is the first bridge?
Like 80.
Mhm.
80? So if you
The
took
big one was like 120.
100, 120, I think is the ones going backwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're not going there. So how much rope do we have?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
My thought is I can glide 10 feet forward for every 5 feet that I descend. So
Would the hot air, Tormy, would the hot air allow him to float further? Or not come down 5 feet, whatever? Would it double the distance or
That is something that I would either need a roll for her in some sort of intelligence, or I would need you to try.
I'm gonna try it. So here's my plan. We drop. So if we do, so I need to clear 80 feet. So I need about 90.
if you need 80 feet, 90 feet, say, so 45 feet, 50 feet up?
Yeah, something like that.
I will be right back, guys.
Well, he did say that the ceiling in this part of the cavern is 50 feet. And there were some places that it went up to 100 feet.
Yep.
Right. So I'm gonna pull the right string, extend the wings on the harness. Shawnee, can you take me right at the edge? Can you take me up 50 feet? We can take the time it needs to get you there without exerting yourself.
Question though,
Yes.
am I gonna be able to carry him up?
Strength check.
Mhm.
That will
Athletic.
end up being a athletics check for you.
Okay. I
Oh,
can
we're
certainly try.
we're on the edge of the thing, so you could just we're give it a shot. If nothing happens, nothing happens. This is the easiest way that I could think of getting us all across without us taking a shit ton of fire damage.
And why do I have to turn her into a kite? Why can't she just fly across?
Because her movement speed's only 30. Meaning she'd only be able to move at full speed 30 feet. She's going to be stopped at least twice on every bridge, 3 times on the longer one. This way, it's only once per each of you, not multiple times for her. She's got healing abilities. We've got, I think a couple of people got earrings of healing and shit. I've still got a potion, so if nothing else, you can have that. No, I don't have a potion. I have my I think I used that the last time.
I have a potion of
Sort
healing.
of.
So I think that would be the quickest way to get us all across each location without hindering us too much.
Okay.
And if it goes horribly wrong on my crossover, I have a way of saving my ass. So I say we give it a shot and see what happens. One of the things I wanted to ask, Tormy.
Yep.
The rope that's attached to the harness.
Yep.
It's 100 feet. do I see? Is the end of it just dangling off the back of the harness?
There's a weighted ball at the end of it. If you had it released, that is just dragging behind you.
Right. I was thinking about turning the turning the rope into a makeshift grapple hook in case things went horribly wrong. But it's got a weighted ball at the end of it, so that would take a little bit of tinkering time.
But wait, Baron looks down at his bow and then back at the ball at the end of it. That might work.
Are you thinking about firing me from your fucking bow?
Oh my god.
I'll tell you what, let's try this first, and if it doesn't work, I'll let you shoot me from your bow.
No, I was I was thinking if I lend you the bow and it starts going bad up there, you could shoot the ball that's attached, the rope that's attached to you.
The bow is attuned.
Attunement.
Oh crap! It is.
That's okay. It was a good
I
idea.
like the idea of you firing him from your bow.
I mean, it is called the missile launcher. There could be enough lift potential. We'll find that out. But I want to see if this works and how the hot air affects the glide across.
Okay. So I will hand. Baron will hand Dashani the end of his rope that he always uses to fly her as his kite.
Kite formation.
You go up, and as soon as you release him, I'm gonna take off across the bridge.
Hey,
I will be moving 52.5 feet per turn.
52?
52.5, because my half speed is 105. So 52.5 would be half of that since I'm dragging her.
Fair enough.
And that's using all three of your things to get max movement and then have
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So normally I would be going 210,
Okay.
but since we already have to be at half speed here, and then half it again because of her. So
Okay. That's still faster than anybody else can move.
yeah.
oh, just wait.
Oh, wait a minute.
Just wait until I hit level 9, man.
Uh, thinking. Hold up one second. I'm maybe potentially.
Like how many options you actually have to go across.
We got a plan. Let's
Yep.
stick with it. Quit rethinking it. Let's go.
No, I was just thinking about what freedom of movement might do.
I'm back. Hello.
Welcome back.
Okay, let's try
Okay.
this plan out. So let's see if Dashani can get me off the ground.
Go
Okay.
ahead and roll that athletics check for me.
Heals. Oh, +1. Well, how does a 15 do?
That does just fine. You flap and flap, and you are ascending at a with a little bit of strain. You're ascending at your normal pace. You don't know how long you can do this, but you have evidence that you can get him up there.
Once we're at 50 feet, I'm going to push off.
Okay.
So once we're at that height, he pushes off, arms out with the gliding suit, just heading for the other side, going 10 feet forward as he descends every 5 feet.
I need you to make a dexterity save.
A dexterity save. Oh, yay. That's uh, uh plus the 2, that's 17.
You have your wings out as wide as you can, and you start heading over the bridge, and the heat hits underneath you, and you don't singe, but you also aren't falling.
Mhm.
And then you cut your a little bit of slack, and you start to descend, and you have to find that balance between full extent and giving it slack so that you're making descent, but you're also not falling straight down. With your deck save, you make it across, and you cut to be able to land at the other side just before you would go over the edge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I'm noticing that I'm gonna go over the pillar, I'd pull the wings in completely and cut it off and just fall to the pillar.
You do so. It takes you, the entire thing takes 5 or 6 seconds, and you are breathing heavy at the, not the exertion, but the rush of, I could have just killed myself going on in your brain.
I have some backup plans.
Shani? Biren?
Uh-huh.
I told you what I was doing. As soon as I saw him push off,
Okay.
I would have took off.
You take off, and instead of that 45-degree angle that the rope normally is at, as soon as she is uh over the heated air, it starts climbing. By the time you get to the other side, you both have, that would be absolutely terrible. You both take 4 points of fire damage as you have only taken a little too much time to get across there, and Deshani is almost right above you. That is how much hot air has been lifting her by comparison of your speed.
I want to try something just because I've not done anything with them yet, and I don't know how they will affect anything. But Biren, come here.
Baron kind of looks at you weird, like, what I do now?
You didn't do anything. Do you trust me?
Do I get to fire you out of the rocket launcher?
You will get to fire me out of the rocket launcher. Come here.
Okay. Baron walks over.
Adraxan pulls the middle rope, drops 100 foot of the middle string on the vest, dropping the 100-foot rope with the weighted ball. He picks up the ball and pulls one of his special items out of his bag and goes to hand Beer in the ball. And then
What's the special item?
after he hands the ball to Biren, he hands you a syringe as well. Take this. It may help you when you cross those bridges. I know what's in it isn't detrimental. I just don't know if it'll actually affect or not, and I've got a couple others, so they may be useful.
I have to find out. You do remember how Biren feels about needles, right?
That's why I'm offering him to put it in, to do it himself rather than me doing it by surprise.
Oh, G7. All right, okay. What is it?
It's a syringe of freedom of movement. By the
Just-
spell definition, I'm not quite sure if it would work, but I'm trying something with a specialized item that was given to us. Maybe, just maybe it might do something.
Baron closes his eyes real tight and looks away and just says, "Just do it."
I'll hit him in the thigh with it.
You feel the sharp pinch and
Zoom, zoom, get
And-
zoomier.
What
Just
exactly does that do?
I'm just
Us-
relearning, rereading what exactly freedom of movement does. Okay. So you feel the pinch of the needle, and then a cool sensation for the instant that the before he pulls the needle away as he injects this, and the sweat on your the sweat that is starting to or that has been pouring off your brow feels cooler.
All right.
Do I feel like I could actually use my full movement without it hurting me?
Go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
A wisdom check? Alright. No. I would not know anything with my 5.
You're not sure, but you've also gotten in your head that you've done more dangerous and dumb things before.
We'll try it.
Okay. Well, while we're doing dangerous and dumb shit, fire me out of your goddamn bow.
Pull back on the string with the metal piece on the end. Point at the next area and let it go.
And I'm waiting for him to release because as soon as he releases, I'm going to try to assist the lift as much as possible.
Are you
running.
aiming directly at the platform, or are you aiming over the platform?
I would have to aim up to give him a little bit of lift.
Unless the hot air just made me lift.
Oh, that's right, it does. So I would fire more direct at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll with your missile launcher.
Shit, we do.
This is some like fucked up Lily Vay bouncing off a Batra shield shit.
Oh shit! I rolled a nat 20 on it.
Oh shit.
There will be consequences.
You're like, there you go, and he pulls the bowstring back and lets go, and you hear it hit before you feel the tug and before you hear the wind. And to everybody else, it looks more like you teleported from or with a pelvis thrust. You take 7 points of damage as you hit the other side hard.
Oh. I think the other way was much safer.
It wasn't fire damage.
Fire damage I'm at least resistant to.
I know.
The shit we do. All right, Beard, get over here.
So I will go ahead and use my full movement speed. So
You
straight
once
across.
again, the line starts at a 45-degree angle, and then by the time you're over there, it is almost straight up. But you make it across without either of you taking any of the fire damage.
Yes,
It worked.
it worked.
Awesome.
I mean,
You feel
technically, both
cool.
things work, just one better than the other.
Well, now
Well,
I
this
know
is
you
number
can fire
2.
me from that thing, and that gives me a different idea for later on. Let's make it across the rest of these bridges first.
3 more.
Uh-huh. As I take the rope and I pull the middle one again, and it just kind of sunks back up in there.
Takes like 30 seconds to wriggle its way back up.
Right? Deshani, can I get another lift?
You can certainly try.
Okay. Well, if not, I'm being fired from a bow again. What's the range on that bow, by the way?
Same.
150 to 600.
Yeah, same as normal.
Is the Drider within 600 feet?
Oh
Maybe.
god.
Can you see him from here?
I mean, it's
I
pretty light. I don't think
I
we have a
so
problem.
It's not the
there
it's not
is
the
3 more
darkness. It's
bridges.
It's the waving of the heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Put it this way: at 100 feet on a parched highway, it starts getting hazy.
That's true.
Imagine 300 feet over
Yeah.
lava.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try this first. I may have you fire me at the Drider.
Well, I was gonna use my arbalest bolts for that,
Well, I've got
but
the collar.
the collar. Oh,
We
oh,
need
the
the
collar.
Drider. The Drider has to be alive for us to do what we need to do.
Damn it! I got you.
But there's no saying that we can't kill it after we pull the thread.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I'm still invisible, aren't I?
You just fired him out of a bow. No, you're not.
Oh, that's right.
That's a sentence you never thought you'd hear.
The shit I'm up with.
All right. You go up, I'll go across.
You drag him up 50 feet. He goes across in almost as much time as you. He just barely kicks off of you, and Biren is racing him across. Biren barely beats him across.
I won.
Hey, you're faster than me. That's a given. I'm just glad this idea works. The
Not
bow
if I
works.
shoot you. You're faster
Don't
than me if
shoot.
I shoot you.
I also forgot that you shot across an 100-foot rope. So yeah, it's like
Oh, that's right.
teleportation,
You know
but with
what?
my hips.
Your your rope is only 100 feet, so I wouldn't be able to launch you 600 feet. Would I?
You would. It would just be me and the ball, me trailing the ball. Look like some fucking bad cannonball tides pirate. Or like when somebody drops an anchor in the water and the rope wraps around somebody's foot. It's whoop
With that,
whoop.
that's a good. You know what? Now I
You're a
have another.
fucking Popeye cartoon right now.
Now I want to know if I fire him out of my bow at something, what kind of extra damage would that give him, or what kind of damage would I be rolling?
I will put it to you this way. You dealt your bow damage without dex or strength attached to it when you fired him.
Oh, it did. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It did a D10 of damage just firing him.
You crit, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So technically, it should have done more than 10.
Yeah. I rolled instead of doing the our normal thing.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Next bridge.
Sorry, my net shut out for a minute.
The Shawnee takes you up. You kick off, you race across, you get to the other side. No fire damage. All that's ahead of you is the 100-foot bridge.
Okay.
Now's the long one.
How much rope do you have attached to Shawnee?
50 feet. I think we may have. Is something up with Tormy, or is it mine that's acting all funky?
I think it's you.
I'm swiveling in my chair.
Um, I've got.
I've got 50 foot of rope attached to the Shawnee because that was what I
I'll
have.
reach in and pull out my 50 feet and hand it to you. I don't use it. I've got the 100-foot on the harness. So keep this with yours. You can add it to it to what you already have. I don't know if 50 feet up will get me across the 100-foot gap. Might.
Yes, it
But
should.
okay. Well, now you have an extra 50
Which,
foot of rope in case you need it.
okay.
Now you can kite 2 people.
Yeah, but then my movement speed would suck.
I'm not talking about in here. I'm talking about in other places.
Then his movement speed would be normal.
Yep.
But all right. And you at the other end of the 100-foot is the big platform, right?
Mhm.
With
It's
No,
the small
small
platform,
platform.
thin, and then there's a thin land bridge to the large platform that's
Yeah.
behind it.
okay. So we have another platform before we get to a point where we even have to worry about seeing the Drider. Okay.
Yeah, little platform, then like a 5 foot connection over to the big platform.
Well,
All right, take him up.
go up.
But I would take him. Oh no, because of the lift you're getting, it doesn't really matter.
Right. I have to find that equilibrium.
This time I'm going to need you to do the
Deck save
the
again.
deck save again. Yep.
Okay. Well, I just threw my D20 in the floor, so hold on one sec.
It's better than the D4 that I almost left on the floor.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's not good. That's an 8.
Okay. And Biren and Dashani beat you over across, and you overshoot and land on the bridge across from them, and you take 4 points of fire damage.
Reduced to 2.
Yep.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna quickly get off the bridge and back to the small landmass with them.
It's only 20 feet.
Perfect. From here, can we see the Drider that he saw?
No,
Go
we
ahead
have
and
to
give
go
me a
across.
perception check.
Okay.
Jiminy fucking Christmas! What's with the 6s tonight? It's a 16. Got a +10 and I got a 6 on the die roll.
You do not see the large drider that he was talking about. You see some outcroppings, and you see something white on the side of one of the stones.
Something white. Okay. Baron, where were you at when you saw the Drider?
Over there.
When he points, it's literally across from the white thing that's plastered above on the stone.
Uh, the white thing is plastered to the
It's
stone.
like it doesn't seem to be part of the stone. It seems to be like attached to it.
Uh, my out of character brain just went, that's funny. Um, so move to the next platform then, or the next
You all,
section.
you all come off of this platform, walk across a tight space that's about 4 feet across of just if you it's not a balancing challenge, but it is if one of you decides to push past the other, one of you might fall into boiling molten
Magma.
rock. Magma.
Magma.
But you all make it across. At this point, are you being stealthy or are you being overt?
Stealthy. Because I know
Yeah.
it was nearby.
Go ahead and give me that stealth roll.
Oh God. See the
Yay, I get
Jackson.
to use my other deal now.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail horribly, just so you guys know. Well, the upside of that was a 17, but I roll with disadvantage, so it was another fucking 6, so that's an 8.
I got a 15 again. 12 plus 3.
Hopefully Baron
Oh,
rolls good for everybody, because I roll
oh.
like shit.
I am checking.
So
and
I have advantage on stealth. I also have a feat that allows me to add a D4 to it as well. Where did that go?
So
I rolled 2 nat ones.
Oh fuck.
yikes.
And
Your
a 2 on
panic,
my
Knight Rider,
D4.
we here.
your panic points don't let you re-roll one of those.
Oh, panic points. Yes. I think so. Actually, I think it's in here. Where did we put my panic points?
Are they in notes?
Yes, I did. I put them in notes. All right.
So while you are fixing that part,
No, it does not allow me to re-roll. I can gain advantage on a skill check, automatically succeed on a saving throw, gain an extra reaction, or grant disadvantage on one attack against me.
Oh.
To
Oh well.
reiterate, hi Drider, we here.
what is your total?
Well, so 14.
Okay. So the Drider doesn't seem to be turning from what it's focusing on with its back to you. It is one of its arms is working hard while you can't see what the other one is doing. And Biren was not lying. This is massive. This is not the size of a large warhorse. This is 2, 3 times larger. It is about 15 feet to its shoulder, and its legs are relaxed in that curled stance.
How far is the white thing off from us?
It is about 5 feet across from you and 10 feet up,
Um,
and it is approximately like an 8-foot bundle.
can we get to that section without having to worry about a gap?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there, and unless Deshani wants to fly up to it, I could climb up to it.
I can fly up.
Okay. Just think whatever's inside there might be worth checking out before or whatever it is might be worth checking out.
What, the white spot?
Yeah. Can I tell that it looks like
Webs?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's gotta be something in there. That's a pretty big bundle. Might be
What?
worth
More driders? Baby driders? Do we really want baby driders?
I don't think that's how that works. But
You know how Driders are made.
yeah,
The Draxon.
that's not how that works. Driders are cursed. Um, let's I think it might be to our benefit to cut that open and see what's inside.
Before Deshani goes up there, I
Mhm.
pull out the knife and use the reflection to look at the thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
My special knife.
The webs do not seem magical. They seem to be masking a slight magical aura, like something inside.
Well,
Biren,
yes.
here's my thought to follow your earlier train. Um, after we figure out what's inside there, I want you to shoot me again.
Yay. That's the plan.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna carefully fly up as quietly as I
Oh,
can.
yeah, there's
And
something magical in there, by the way.
Finest one of all of us.
and
Most of you kind of light up like Christmas trees as well.
right, I'm gonna inspect it before I do anything else.
Sticky webbing that seems to have hard tensile strength to it. Spider-Man was here. I want pictures on my desk by morning.
I'm gonna look down and kind of gesture that spider gesture.
Well, there's two options: cut it open or burn it away.
I think cutting it open would probably be the best bet.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can do it if you want me to.
Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and slice through.
Okay.
As all the baby draggers pour out.
You go and you push the knife carefully in and start to saw your way down. And you realize that this webbing is like 5 inches thick. And there's a light inside, and as you cut away and the light gives way or breaks the what you expected as darkness. Welcome back from the break, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. Hope you emptied your bladders and are ready for this nice little bit of action. The player that we were waiting on is unfortunately asleep, so we are going to continue rolling with them being unconscious. When the husk opens and you pull the webbing apart, there's a glow on the inside as this elephant man kind of just starts rolling forward and flopping out of this cocoon. The entire inside of the cocoon has been lit up by lights by a light spell.
Well,
And this large, heavy creature is now just flopping out towards the ground. What are you guys doing?
uh,
Ugh.
I'm gonna try to catch it.
Okay, give me a dexterity and then a strength, or give me a dexterity saving throw and a athletics roll.
Okay. Dexterity save.
You might want to try and catch Biren first.
Did you just bolt?
Biren just got another
One.
no, it was 26. But
Another panic point.
yeah.
That's okay. So
Where's he gonna run to, though? Gonna run back over the bridge?
Yeah.
Biren, you gotta fire me from the bow, damn it. Okay, so it's a 16 on the dexterity save, and the athletics check is god damn. That's a 24. on the athletics.
Heavy as an elephant man is, you catch him very much like Andre the Giant did in the end scenes of Princess Bride. Just princess catch.
Catch him, and then so this platform that we're on is connected to the stone wall thing that he was attached to.
Mm-hmm.
So after I catch him in like one motion, kind of using the dip of his weight hitting my arms, I'm going to kind of swing towards the wall and just set him there with his back against it. So it's not a continuous strain on my arms. It's just a single motion set him down
Fair.
to where he's comfortable.
And he swings into place. And you set him gently so that he doesn't crumple or be further injured. And there is a dust cloud where Biren was.
Biren, it's
Uh,
okay. There's nothing. I can't yell. I can't yell. I can't yell. Is he gonna stay gone, or do you think he'll come back, knowing we're here?
I mean, we can't really go chasing after him because we're gonna get burnt.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, you want to check this guy to make sure he's alive, at least.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
All right. It's not too bad for me. 18 on the medicine check.
He is passed out. And he doesn't. There is a puncture on his shoulder that looks like it's a like equilateral triangle of dots on the shoulder.
I-
He does not seem to have any other wear and tear.
I will pass that information on. It looks like we can just let him be for now. He should be fine.
Given my knowledge on Drider, would I know what that is?
He's been rendered unconscious by a poison. From your previous role. He's been rendered unconscious by a poison. You see the telltale mark for it,
Okay.
but from your studies, you've also seen a couple of other marks that are similar that are more worrisome, but you don't. He doesn't seem to be, or he still has a pulse. He doesn't seem to be. Well, it's hard to tell whether he's feverish in a place like this.
Yeah.
He's no hotter than us, though,
And you can't tell how gray his skin is
because he's
because
gray.
you've never seen him before, and he's an elephant man.
Okay.
But he doesn't seem hotter than we are. Like, he's around the temperature that we are.
Yeah.
Bjorn makes it about 2 platforms back before he realizes that he left everybody there and turns around and heads back.
About a minute goes by. You have been examining him, and you turn around and start telling Adraxan. And just as you finish your explanation to Adraxan, Bjorn is just making his way up from between the or across that height land bridge.
We came back. Good.
There he is.
Okay. Well, now seems about as good a time as any. I'm hoping this works because we need it to work. We need a win. So, Biren, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So one hand slips into my bag and grabs a hold of the collar.
Yep.
So what I'm thinking here is aim just to the side of the head, so it'll go past him, and you can hook the collar if you can time it right.
There is, from where you're standing and from where it is standing, there is, it is hunched forward and one of its arms is still working hard on something. Off to its right is another large outcropping of stone that raises about 20 feet. Ahead of it is just open magma.
Oh,
You cannot tell what's right in front of it.
So, if we were to angle ourselves opposite of the outcropping that raises about 20 feet, that would get, if I shot past the dryer, that would give me something solid to head towards.
hmm
Let's do that.
Sure.
And about how wide is the strider's back?
It is that tall, so 6 feet.
Perfect. That works for me. So what I'm thinking, Baron, is you go with your idea. I'm going to but I the drow torso of this strider. How big is the torso of the humanoid torso?
6 feet wide.
6 feet wide.
You
Okay.
asked where the shoulders were.
Uh, okay.
It is not a 2.5 foot wide, normal looking elf.
No, that's
It
fine.
is much bigger than you would expect from the stories.
Yeah. Still gotta get this done. Uh okay.
You ready?
So
Go.
huh?
I said ready, go.
Well, my thought is don't aim for the head, aim for the torso. Aim for like the upper torso off to the side. Because I have a secondary idea to go with this as well.
But if I aim at it,
No, 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 no. Don't aim at it. Like you said, off to the side.
okay.
I have a secondary idea. Don't. I trust your aim. Don't hit it, but get me as close to it as possible.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. But do you got to put it around its neck?
It's got to be
No,
attached to it. Its neck, its arm.
neck, arm, leg.
Well, it has to be preferably the arm, wrist, or neck. It can just slide off the spider leg.
Okay.
So it has to be something that it's going to stick to. Um, but if you aim, I have you're firing my ball.
Sentences we never thought.
You're firing my ball, and if I can get the right movement, I could potentially turn myself into a bolo while I'm trying to hook this collar on this motherfucker.
got a DC in mind for that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Um, so I've got the collar gripped tightly in hand. I mean, 20 strength. I'm not letting go of this motherfucker.
Right.
My other hand, I hand beer in the ball. I've got the 100-footer rope already released. My other hand uh is I flipped out the claws that allow me to climb. And I've got my arms tight together so that the wings aren't the wings are unfurled, but they're not open.
Okay.
All right, Biren. Ready when you are.
Roll your attack. And it's not paying attention, so with advantage.
23.
I need you to roll a dex save.
Me?
No,
Oh.
your projectile.
Oh boy. This isn't with advantage because I know it's coming, right?
Nope.
Okay. I thought I'd ask.
That's fair.
Come on, baby.
No 6. No 6. No 6.
First time I rolled high, a decently high roll on a deck save. That's a dirty 20.
Hit the not a dire problem, but did not hit the what you wanted DC.
What was the what I wanted DC?
25.
I couldn't hit 25 if I'd have to nat 20.
Yep.
God damn it.
Um. So what happens is you feel the pull immediately after you hear the hit.
What were we
The bolt
thinking?
the bolt hits the wall and you get the pull. You unfurl a little bit and cock off to the left and you come around. You, the ball hits the stone with enough of an impact to get stuck. You come around the stone, also catching part of the Drider's back, come back around the other side of the stone, and again, and then hit the stone hard. Please roll your bow damage one more time, or one time for me, please.
6.
I have a reaction
Yes,
to that.
you do.
Well, I don't know if I could technically use it in this instance.
Are you planning on Misty Stepping?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, the goal
Just
would
as you're about to impact,
I want on the back of the driver, which would take me and everything that I have equipped to me.
you poof and then reappear pretty much inches away from where you were about to impact, but with none of the momentum. Your feet hit the bulbous torso of the spider back. You have your action.
Okay, what I'm going to do because and I don't know if you'll allow me to if this will be an action to do so before I try because I would like to try to put the collar on it. But
Mhm.
I also want to take the other hand that I had and like or like plant myself on this creature's back using the clawed part to try to keep myself from.
I would like you to make a. I would like you to make 2 separate attack rolls for me. One is an unarmed,
Okay.
and actually, effectively both as unarmed. One for the collar and one for the claw.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with the claw because that's the one that I want to make sure I get. If I can do it, I want to make sure that it happens before the collar. Um. So unarmed strikes, not too terrible. Thank God for that. They're plus 11. 29.
You plant your claw in the back of this creature, and
Is-
you are going to have advantage on staying on this thing.
Okay.
Also deal. How much damage is your unarmed?
6. And I'm guessing in this instance it would be 6 points of piercing
Yes.
instead of bludgeoning. And then the second roll for the collar. Why couldn't I roll like this earlier? Fuck
'Cause
off.
you needed to know.
Right. That's a 30 to put the collar on the motherfucker.
It
And we're
just-
going straight for the fucking neck.
If it rolls a 19 or a 20, you're going to have to try again.
Okay.
It is too hunched forward as it is trying to get out from the rope. Your the cuff of this ring does not make it onto its neck.
It rolled a 19, didn't it?
It rolled a nat 20.
Fuck. Okay. Well, no time like the fucking present. Action surge. We're doing this
Okay.
2 more times. That one is only a 24.
That still makes it.
Okay.
And it did not have enough to roll high enough to be missed this time.
Yay!
Care to read off exactly what that what the item does for those who have not seen it in previous episodes?
Uh, I'd love to. Um,
Rider collar.
Right
Um,
after I launched you, I thought, why didn't I just launch the cuff at the neck out of the bow?
because if it fell in the magma, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
You never sent me what it does.
I think he mentioned it, what it does at some point, but
Usually, um, I have a message, but I don't have one of those.
That is fair.
Yeah, literally before the spectral arrows, the last thing I got from you was ward against all non-virgins.
So, because I do not recall the exact thing that I mentioned before, I am going to, and it
Let me check my load.
evidently it only had the one nat 20 in it because it just keeps rolling threes. Um, it is not rendered unconscious, but it is rendered stunned and will remain stunned until it proceeds to roll high enough to get out once every minute.
Okay, so we have effectively 10 rounds starting from the moment that I put it on this creature and it failed. Okay, I have one more left in my repertoire of attacks. And I should still have movement since I was
Efficient.
fired.
Yeah,
Can I make my way down the back and try to set up to help the others so we can start trying to harvest the
I would like you to make an athletics check.
straight? Is
Yeah.
this for climbing down the back?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, it would be an advantage because I'm using the harness. There's another fucking 6. That's better. That's a dirty 20. I rolled a 6 and a 12.
It's not that it's slick. It's that it's sticky. It's hard to lift your feet.
Ew.
So sticky.
So it takes that extra effort every step to get down the back of this thing.
Oh, that's good to know. If I ever wanted to ride a drider, I know I don't need a saddle. I just stick to it.
At least this one.
Right? Um, so I'll get down and prepare to help pull what we can from this thing.
Okay. For those of you who are helping with this, please roll me a survival check.
I'm actually
Alright.
decent with that. 18 for me.
Same for me. 18.
What'd you get? Beer in?
Is Beer and helping?
Sorry, 1 second.
You're good.
I figured we all three try to get as much as possible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Baron would have already started setting out jars, getting ready.
It's fire. Jar, 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 jar.
Is it more jars or is it more like wrap this thing up like a 50-foot strand of rope? Just kind of
21.
like tie it up and get one of those the bundles like you would buy rope in. 1 bundle, 2 bundle, 3 bundle. So 2 18s and a 21. That's not bad.
Oh, was I supposed to roll twice?
No, I got an 18. She got Deshawnee got an 18 and you got a 21.
Oh yeah.
In 6 seconds, the three of you start pulling from the spinneret that is at its back.
Yep.
And you pull about 6 feet.
Okay, so 6. I'm gonna start writing this down so I know what I've got here.
I'll keep a track on it.
Okay, just give me a total on it afterward. I appreciate you.
Go ahead and roll again if you're doing it again for the next
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Keep pulling. Damn. 25.
Nat 20.
I
Jesus
got
fuck.
another 18.
What does the nat
Roll
20
that
give you
15.
total?
24. Yeah, 24.
4, 25, and 18.
Together you pull another 8 feet of rope out of this silk.
Okay, so we're at a total of 14 at the moment. So we'll run it up again.
Yep.
Roll again.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
17.
gain 5.5 feet of rope of this.
19
Silk.
and a half feet. So this is the third time we've done it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 7 more rounds before the Drider has a chance to break free of its stun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd like to start running away before it breaks 3.
I was thinking we should kill it while it's still stunned.
You might wake it up if you attack it while it's stunned.
Nope,
Well, an
that's
arbalist
not
bolt
how
to the face normally ends things pretty quickly.
stun's not usually like that. But
Okay.
could be. It's an item based thing. But yeah.
Doing more, or are you setting for run, or are you setting for kill?
I'd say let's get an even 5 rounds out of this.
Okay.
All right.
Give me another 2 rolls each. Tell me the first one as a group, and then the second one as a group.
Oh, that one wasn't good. That was a 6.
17.
6, a 15.
16 on the
17.
first one.
Okay, 17, 16, and a 6.
And a dirty 20.
And a 22 for me on the second one.
11.
Oh, man. Yeah, never mind.
You gain another 4 feet, and then another 5.5 feet.
Okay, so that was 18 and a half, 25, 29 feet is what we're sitting at total. My math serves me right. All right, so that's 29 feet. And is this all one solid pull?
You've been pulling, and well, okay, 2 of you've been pulling hard, and the other one has been spooling or into or around jars, depending upon how you wanted to do that.
Um, think it would probably be. How much can we get into a jar if we tried?
About a foot.
And how many jars do we have?
A lot. Like, I think you have like 10 or 15, and I think I have quite a few as well.
2 other things to bring up. One,
Oh,
this
no, I only have 3.
cord of silk that you're pulling from it is about the size of your thumb in width, and it's not sticky.
Okay, we're not gonna do the jars. Save the jars for something else. Let's spool it up like you would a hose or any
Okay.
length of rope. We could spool it up and then tie it around itself. Um, we're gonna do one solid thing off of this 29 feet. So it's approximately the same as what half of what a 50-foot thing of rope would be. And then I'm going to sever it with Wave's Edge.
Okay.
Um, do we want to take it out or do we want to go? If we take it out, we have a chance of recovering that collar.
Yeah.
And I can return it to Smith and Wesson in case they need it for something else. Or potentially hold on to it in case we need it for something else. But it's a damn good thing to have, and I don't know if leaving it here would be the best option.
No, but be prepared that taking it off.
N- Not until it's dead. We're not taking it off until it's dead. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. What
Right.
I'm thinking is Arbalest bolt to the face with sneak attack damage, and go ahead and use 2 of my charges on my yes to get the smite. That's 8d10 damage in one shot.
Is that what you're doing, or just planning?
This is what I'm thinking out loud to the group so we can form this plan.
I've already burned my action search, so I don't have that again. And one of these. Oh shit. Hey Tormy, I did forget. The Drider would have taken an additional 3 points of fire damage
Okay.
from my face step when I landed on its back.
Okay.
That was before the stun came into play. Now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I know I forgot that originally, but would I have noticed in the moment that if the damage had done any little or more as what I expected it to, or less than what I expected it to?
It didn't seem to do more or less.
Okay, perfect. I coming back to, and I don't think, even though it's been living down here, I don't think it has any sort of defenses against the
Flame
heat.
retardants.
So it didn't seem to take anything. My flames, when I bam in and out, it usually burns things pretty a small amount, but it didn't seem to be. It didn't affect this creature any less than what it usually would have. So I think if we hit it, we could hit it decently enough. It is quite big, so it may be very hardy.
I expect it to be.
That's why I said Arbalest Bolt to the face.
Deshani, how much healing do you have access to?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Okay.
I've got my healing hands. I've got, if I can find the other one, healing light. Um, oop,
I'm about a quarter down on my health
I'm
from
about
running bridges.
9 on mine, but I
also
can.
got the pulses of healing and the healing potion. So, do you want me to heal you some now?
Heal him some now if you can.
Alright, hold on.
I've got an ability I can use to heal myself if I need to.
So let me use healing hands on Biren. 3d4s. That is 8 points of healing.
Thank you.
All right. I say let's give it a go.
All right.
I am gonna fly up a ways.
Bjorn will walk around to the front. Um,
A consensus before we take the next step. Without knowing what I'm saying, I would like each of you to tell me yes or no.
Yes.
what?
Yes or no, without knowing what he's asking.
Fuck it, yes.
Okay.
Shawnee, please roll me a history check based on wisdom.
Okay, hold on.
Nope. Swap it around so she can use my dex bonus. If it only worked on other people.
Still have a +6. Oh, I nat 20'd. With the +6. Why is he doing math?
I'm not doing math.
Oh.
Did he send you something?
Yep,
Mhm.
just now.
Sorry, I had to take a sip of water.
You're good.
Don't kill it.
Why?
Helver said that it has to be the silken thread of a living Drider.
Yeah, and we got the silken thread out of a living Drider.
Unless we have to keep it alive, because if it doesn't, oh god.
Right.
Okay. Oh.
Dang.
Okay, then here is my next. Gee, how the? We're gonna have to lose the collar. That's the only option we have. Um.
How I forget. How does the collar attach? Is like a magnetic or
Imagine a cuff, like a set of handcuffs.
yeah.
Imagine that, but there's no release button, and there's no keyhole. There's a command word.
Oh. Then easy man. All right. So tie a rope to it. We get back. We get y'all across the platforms. after we tie a rope to it. Then I come back, yell the command word as far away as I can, and then take off with the collar.
Okay.
But we're probably gonna have to hurry. I mean,
First of all, gotta figure out how we're getting the elephant across the room.
Draxon,
Yes.
you recall something from when you were in the shop when you
Uh
were
huh.
being described this item beforehand.
Uh huh.
It was only going to ever work once.
Okay.
oh, so we don't need it.
Okay. Yeah, it's
And you see the runes that Smith had carved into it are starting to glow red.
yeah, we need to go. Um, we need to go. I am going to. This is gonna hurt like a motherfucker. Um, Deshauna, you don't have any protection from energy spells, do you?
I don't think so. Let me double
That's
check that.
fine. I am
But
going to
I've got Armor of Agathis.
that over the table that only works for yourself.
Oh,
Um, okay. Um, Elephant Man's way too big to put in my bag of holding, isn't he?
Do you want to try?
I mean, it'll hold 500 pounds, but if you destroy it,
First, gauging off of how when I
hold
caught
on.
him, gauging off of how heavy that was, do I estimate that's way more than the bag of holding could carry?
Let me double check.
I think it
How big of
is.
a creature is Find Familiars?
Find
From
familiars of small,
from
the
what
tiny.
you felt, you know that your bag probably would be straining to fit not only him through the size of your bag, but also the weight. He still is within the confines if your bag is empty. However, there is somebody in your party that has something better than a regular bag of holding.
Yeah, Dutchie's got the governor's bag.
I do have the governor's bag. Is he gonna fit through the opening of the governor's bag?
You have a bigger pocket than anybody else.
Does hers
Then
have a bigger carrying capacity?
mine shares the
Yeah.
capacity of everybody's. So scoop them up.
I'll try putting him in the governor's bag. Just leave your bag open so he doesn't die.
You slide him in, and the only thing that is still outside is the trunk just flopped outside of the.
Perfect. He can breathe still. All right.
Never
Same
say
as
I'm not
before,
a nice DM.
right? Kill a character that's not even here. Fantastic. No, it's great. Um, Same thing as before. Deshauna, you get ready. Fly me up. We'll just head across. Um, Biren,
Yep.
from where we're at, how many platforms can we see?
2.
You can see, once you get to the center point again, you can see the one that the next bridge, or you can see where this bridge connects to the next one, and you can see that that one is connected to a bridge, and it kind of gets hazy at the end.
Because we should be able to also see the one that's right here across that little short area,
That's
and
yeah.
then
That's
the
what
next one. Yeah.
that's.
Once you're at that, you can see one and then
Yeah.
most of the bridge.
Okay. Um, Shawnee, can you take me up?
Yep. Up in the air we go.
Release and glide.
Take off
So-
across the bridge.
Give me that deck save because this is the further distance for you.
This is the further distance for me. Okay, come on. That's a 15.
You correct and you make the descent that you need
Oh,
instead
thank
of
God.
overshooting.
Thank God. Okay. Um, we'll just keep rinsing and repeating.
Yep.
Yep.
The
If
others are
it's
all 80s, so you should be able to do that easily.
if it seems and I'm gonna keep my passive perception of 20. I'm gonna keep my ears and my eyes open. Well, my not my eyes so much, but my ears for any sounds that are coming, maybe coming from the skittering of the fucking drider at it once it wakes up from its stun. Um,
It takes you from the time that you pack up the elephant and run. Takes you maybe a minute to get all the way back by stopping, or go up, stop, go up, stop, so on and so forth.
uh-huh.
You get back to the door and you hear a almost deafening explosion.
Let's see if Baron gets another panic point.
Explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Baron freaks out and runs straight through the door. And
I'm
Baron is
gonna
capped
pull
on panic points now.
I'm gonna pull out the silken thread. Does it look the same as when we coiled it up?
Yep.
Okay.
I am also going to say at this distance, what you see looking back in the direction where you heard the blast come from is a lot of white steam.
A lot of white steam.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking necklace explode?
Unlike the green, red, or black smoke that is drifting up off of the magma, there is a lot of white steam coming from that direction. If you'd like, give me a nature check.
Okay.
They used that water in making that, didn't they?
Nature check. Phew, I only got a +1. That's a 15. Rolled a 14.
So, do you know what color fog happens when cold water hits hot air instantly?
What color fog happens?
Yep. Generally white.
Oh.
They used the water in making that special water in making the collar, didn't they?
Some of it.
Uh,
Collar ran out and it got thrown in. I bet they threw it in the lava. The dryer threw it in the lava.
probably.
We need to get
Well,
out.
29 feet of this shit. Let's go.
Baron's already gone.
Well, no, Beard's already gone. Boop, boop, boop.
The door.
Draxon goes through. Deshani, you take your first step through, and something catches on the door.
uh, uh, I'm gonna step back through. Are you coming?
I'm stuck.
I look down at the elephant in the bag.
The trunk is at the edge of the bag, stuck at the edge of the door.
I am going to tuck the trunk in the bag, but leave it open and try again.
You walk through.
Let's go back there. Okay. I thought you were gonna pull the dick move of this is an individual that does not have a key. It can't pass through the door.
I mean, technically,
I
that's
was.
exactly what he did.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just caught.
No, I tucked it in, so it was in my bag.
Oh. That's a scary thing to note that we can swindle things. Living creatures. Okay. Um so get back through. Wipe the sweat from my brow.
Here,
There's more than
you still
just your brow. That was hot.
the sweat that is on you is actively cooling you. Like, it's not quite a cold sweat.
Personal air conditioner.
Yeah,
Personal mister. That's exactly what that is. Cooling mist.
effectively, freedom of movement had been negating the possibility of straining yourself in the heat.
Hmm. Yeah, I kind of figured that.
It fucking worked. I had an idea that worked.
I mean,
Kind of
My
wish
idea was better though.
you talk about firing me from a bow.
Yeah.
I'll admit that was pretty fucking good. We could use that again. This time, not trying to catch something alive, maybe looking to make something dead.
We should go back to the water place.
Oh my god. Let's get this material to Tolver first, so he can start his stuff. Revolver. You weren't lying. That place was freaking hot.
I haven't lied to you yet at all, so
I we managed it though. We whew,
just.
found out that I get fired from a bow. That's crazy.
you can what?
Uh
I shot him
S-
out of my bow.
Smith and Wesson made him a bow that fires anything. And he turns around and shows the weighted ball on the rope that's now retracted.
I see.
He fired me through a bow.
I had a
You're gonna be
drider.
You're gonna be walking funny, aren't you?
Oh, I haven't noticed any pains yet, but that could be the adrenaline.
Probably.
You should have seen him actually get jerked.
You ever heard of the time warp? There's this thing in the Feywild.
Do the time warp again.
That's
Uh,
a bit of a trick question.
that's fair enough. Fair enough. Ah,
I
ah.
can't wait to tell Smith.
Have you ever been crazy enough to fire one motherfucker at another motherfucker
Yes.
out of a bow?
That's what I just did.
Only to have the one motherfucker that got fired climb the other motherfucker like a fucking mountain and attach a collar to it.
There's a saying I picked up a long time ago, and it ends in I would have two nickels.
Oh, that
Now,
wasn't
you may
interesting.
not know what nickels are or what I'm talking about, but it fits.
Fair enough. Uh, well, we should get this material to Tolver.
By the way,
What's up, bud?
that Drider is huge. Revolver.
I
Yeah.
I
Uh,
I can't even tell you. It just huge.
Much larger than you would anticipate.
did you happen to see its face?
No.
I was flying through the air too quickly.
I technically walked around to shoot it in the face, so I would have probably seen its face.
Give me a history check, just so that we can go with. Okay, yeah, you paid attention to the details enough.
History 16.
The features were not elven.
What were they?
Of the creatures that you have seen through your time on Orlin and here, and the places you've gone, its features were much broader, much flatter. And it didn't catch you by surprise that it was bald, but you thought that was more the spider part.
Oh my fucking god!
What?
It's a fucking Goliath Drider. Oh, Grog got cursed.
Well, that's
Wouldn't be
good
the
to
first
know.
time.
Or the second.
But that brought up, it is taken to note. So you met one of the unfortunate souls who bid themselves to her cause, failed her enough, but wasn't born of the race. They become even more terrible than the ones that are meant for the curse.
He kind of shivers a bit. Yeah.
And you wonder why I run away.
It
Ah,
was it doing anything when you caught it?
it was working on something.
Did I happen to see what it was working on?
With your history check, it was eating.
It
It
was
was eating.
eating.
Mm-hmm.
I, I, I don't. I'm not asking. I'm not asking it. Nope. Nope.
No, I don't want to know.
Yep.
I, I don't want to know. It's all right. Let's let's go to
Let's
Tulver's.
just say that I'm going to assume that the Elephant Man was the next meal.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, by the way, you might want to pull that trunk back out.
y-
Uh,
there was what it was eating had purplish grayish skin.
No, no, no. I'm good. I don't need to remember all the details.
Yep.
I'm good.
That
It was eating.
definitely would make him panic.
Yep.
Mm, yep. Yep.
There's good
Uh,
reason why he did the rest of the running.
all right. Well, we best get these ingredients over to Tolver. Thank you again, Revolver.
As always.
Always welcome.
This marks the last of the tasks that we had to undergo to get the stuff we need to be prepared. So we should be able to move in the next day or so, depending on how long it takes Tolver to come up with craft what he needs to craft for us.
No, we still have the other thing that's being prepared that takes like a week or 2 weeks.
The poisons or the resistance to poisons, the antidotes or whatever.
Yeah,
It's been a few days since we had those started.
it's maybe 2, but we still got like a
Mm.
week and a half before we can do that. That's why I was thinking we should go hit some of those places where we got all the fantastic tradable items. I want to go back to the water place because if we can take down a boar, you thought one 80-pound leg of boar was awesome. Think if we had 4 of those, plus the rest of it too.
Oh, there's
Haul it
merit.
out, make your own shop.
Bring it back, carve it up, trade the bones as material.
6 months down the road, Baron's got a war restaurant that he's running.
All right, so
Just
we'll hit.
think if I could take one of those legs back with me for the kids.
Yeah.
You know how long we could eat on that?
Depending on whether or not you can actually keep it from
You know,
spoiling.
like 3 days.
Well, but it wouldn't spoil inside the bag of holding, would it?
Yes, it would.
It would.
Darn.
There's still air and stuff in there.
Um, but
Salt it.
we can decide on what other things we uh come up with together after we find out how long it's gonna take Tolver to make the rest of this stuff, on top of how much time we've got left on the others. But let's get over there and get the process started.
Done.
Zoom on over to Tolliver's.
You leave the somber halls of Tolver of revolvers, go through the sea of people through the streets, and reach the hut that has the sign swung back down so that it's not the big golden display, it's the thing that you have to duck under. And the cacophony of the crowd is left behind you as you duck in, and you hear bubbling and whistling coming from behind the rack that normally separates the back of the shop from the front.
Tolver, you hear, bud?
Yes, one, yes, yes. And ducks under a line that you didn't see until he ducked under it. Not that it wasn't there, that you just didn't notice it before.
Huh?
And he comes up to the front and yes, and you see soot, just soot and oil, and it's just a dark splotch of smear across the top of his head.
Draxon reaches into his bag and pulls out the bundle of 29 foot of platinum silken dryer thread. This should be the last component you need. Hands it off to him.
Wait, he needs all 29 feet of it?
The more of it I have, the
More potent.
likely it works.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of just helps it over his shoulder, and so that it's draped over one side of him and over the back. And is there anything else that you're looking for while I'm away from that?
No, we just stopped by to drop that off. Um, how long do you think it might take to finish up everything we've got going?
Small whistling sound comes out of the side of the jaw that's metal, as he's just like blowing out a stream of air. I'd say 5 days on the one batch, 7 days on the other batch, and then this bare minimum, 4 days. Uh, if I'm given more time, I can make sure that it's more likely to work and have more to it.
So
16 days till
is that
we.
concurrent or all at the same time?
Altogether, have the I have everything else ready for this. I just put the other thing in yesterday that Buren had asked for, and
I forgot what I
I had
asked for.
you asked for the poison.
Yeah, Deshani
Oh,
asked for the antidote. You asked for the poison.
the crazy kill all poison. Yep. Yep.
So 7 days would give you time to work on this to make sure that it has more chance to succeed.
Yes, if you're waiting for all of it, I should be able to make sure that this goes to most of its potential. Um, if we lead it out to about 10 days, I can make sure that this goes to its full potential.
10 days it is.
All right,
I'll start working on it.
I appreciate it.
Um, I'm gonna get back to it. And he ducks under the
Uh-huh.
wire.
Yep.
I don't know if it's the heat, but I think we should grab some food and I need to go lay down.
That's some really cold water.
The heat wasn't.
You hear one of the whistlings stop before you duck out, and you
Ding.
duck into the crowd, and as you're discussing where you want to go, you head over to the court.
What do we have left to trade?
Lots.
Lots, because I know my materials are, other than maps, I'm pretty much down to nothing.
I still have half a wheel of cheese. A ridiculous amount of holy water.
Okay. Um, well, save the holy water in case we need to go back to that undead realm and the
To the crypt. I'm not going back there. Nope.
well,
Mm-mm.
Yes, go back there. Enjoy the Crypt Keeper's secrets.
as the fucking elephant in the bag starts talking.
The trunk at so Deshani doesn't quite catch it, but the other two of you do see the trunk actually start to move. That's in her bag.
The noise startles me and I bump it on the head.
Join the Crypt Keepers. Enjoy what they say.
Bump.
So, hey Ty, please explain to them what your character looks like as they had rescued you from a pod of webs and have been carrying you in a bag of holding with your trunk out of the bag as they're plopping you out now.
As a unconscious body that y'all have been carrying in a bag, holding with my trunk out, I guess.
Yep, so that you can breathe.
I can breathe, yeah, so that works.
Except for when we went through the door, she had to put the trunk into the bag to get through the door.
Not long enough for it to be a problem.
Right.
He is a 7-foot tall Loxodon, wearing resplendent robes, a la Gilmore's Glorious Goods, kind of thing.
Technically, it's the gateway. Wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've seen.
Nope.
Gilmore's Glorious Goods style resplendent robes. With that, he was unconscious when you found him. He had an earring in his left ear. And outside of that, yeah, there's his description, I guess.
The last thing that you had cast before going unconscious in that cocoon was you cast light on the inside of that cocoon so that you didn't go insane from the darkness.
There we go.
You were about to be supper.
You're
welcome.
His trunk slightly moves as he's starting to wake up a bit, I guess. And through the trunk, you just kind of hear.
And they got smelling salts.
I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and turn the bag of holding out and hold it upside down.
No, we've already
You
pulled
just
him out.
hear a thump as he hits the ground. All 7 feet of him. And he just kind of looks up and he goes, "How long was I out?" And he looks around and then he just goes,
Four other things also hit the ground around him. 2 things from each of your other bags.
"Where
Your
am I?"
choice.
Well, you said things from our bags.
Yep.
Uh,
One of you assholes better have porn.
so as she dumps his Luxodon on the ground, a crowbar comes out and smokes him in the head.
You're gonna knock him out as soon as he comes out of the bag? Thanks.
A chain of tin sausages hits him in the face.
You're just gonna be like, ow, what was that for?
And
Ooh.
then
And he stands to his stands. He
a
stands.
hand
He
axe
just rubs his head.
hits the ground right next to where he fell and kind of just embeds a little bit.
Stop me from being kind and who are you?
Hold on, was it Deshani? Why is my hand axe in the ground that came out of your bag?
Probably got caught on the Luxodon's robes.
I'm gonna collect my items and stick them back in my bag.
Hmm.
Apologies. Tall one. We haven't had a moment to address the elephant in the room. I am a Draxon. These are my companions. Biren is the skittish looking one.
Who is now hiding behind Ashani's wings.
And the one that he is currently hiding behind is Deshani. We are the ones who rescued you from that literal hellscape.
Not a very good place to find yourself in for future reference. I wouldn't suggest taking a holiday there.
No.
We're going for food.
Who might you be? Tyler.
Again. And he gone.
On for food. Just drag him along.
Yeah, we really can't keep Baron hungry for long.
You take your new friend as you're trying to coax him to talk, and you make your way the to the court. What is your food of
I'm
choice?
sorry, where are we going? As he says, continuing to rub his head after getting hit with a crowbar.
We've got to get the young one fed. He gets hangry.
Did you hear
I'm
the
gonna get hangry.
Tyler? Did you hear
Hangry?
the
What is hangry?
Did you hear the introductions, Tyler?
I did not.
Okay.
Sorry, dog was whining and I had to let her out.
You're fine. So Adraxon basically introduced the group. You have Adraxon, Biren, who was hiding behind Deshani, and then Deshani, who was the one being hid behind. And then he asked who your character was.
Ah. Okay, fair enough. He's gonna then, as we're walking and whatnot, he's gonna go, I'm Arctic Sim. I think. I don't rightly know after getting hit with a crowbar. Hello.
Honestly, I apologize about that. I don't know how I know how my item ended up in her bag. I just don't know why it ended up out on the floor.
I'm going to
Her
also
bag?
inform.
I'm confused.
I'm also going to inform you, our newest character. In the street, you are still kind of swaying. The street is just packed with people to the point of like it is a literal sea of people, but you don't seem to bump into anybody. And when you're rubbing your head and looking up, the sky is a torn tapestry between the different times of day in strange, like, this small rift looks like the night sky, this small rift looks like dawn. It's kind of mind-boggling. And the sea of people that you are walking through and not bumping into, it is all walks. You see humans, you see other Loxodons, you see rabbit people. There's a very tall demon that's walking down the street unbothered. There's a um there is a very large lizard with very short arms that's walking down the road.
Nice.
Wearing a top hat.
No, but a monocle.
Wearing a monocle. There we go.
Perfect.
As he's looking around, he's gonna go. It's real. I didn't think it was, but are we where I think I am?
Welcome to the
Please.
gateway.
Oh no. And he just lowers his head a bit, rubs rubs the back of his head, and then starts rubbing his eyes and looking like, oh, it is real. Oh no.
You need a moment.
Not necessarily a moment, but this place is real. I didn't think it was. Or
Is that a bad thing?
called me crazy. Ah! As he goes silent.
I think he needs a moment.
Buren, remembering how he felt when he first got to the gateway, just kind of pats him on the back.
As far as he can reach. Because how tall is Buren?
Like 5 feet, I think. I made him short intentionally.
You're right. Yeah.
5'4".
7-foot Loxodon is just like
Calm yourself. It's a lot to take in, but what you're seeing is real.
I
Where do you come from?
I he's just kind of stuttering as he looks around, and all he's saying is yeah.
Let's take him for a bowl of soup.
It's better than the idea that I just had.
No. You know where we should go?
Oh Lord.
Tacos.
No. Oh, tacos. I was thinking that place that we went to when we first got here, that made each of us the special meal. You
We could go
remember?
there.
Yeah. Oh, you want to go see the
You're gonna have to think of a memory because that's what she wanted. Or a secret.
She didn't take my secret last time.
No, she took mine.
He snaps out of it for a minute and says, "Secret?"
We've learned that they don't deal in currency here. They deal in various forms of trade. And sometimes that trade involves intangible things.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna give him the experience, we might as well go see Greta with the gift of grub.
You reach this large hut on the side of one of the sides of the road, and gift of grub is arched over, but the only capital letters are G, O, and B. And inside is that open seating arrangement, the some critters that are running around making sure that things are seen to. There's a dwarf, a blue frog, and a pink fox sitting at a table. And in the far corner, there is or at the far end of the bar, there is a plaid creature that has wings. That is just eating out of a bowl, and you see the form of Greta as she's stirring at her pot once more.
Oh, Greta, good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
The Loxodon just kind of. If he could get small, you see him just kind of shrink into himself, like, what is going on?
There are many
Um,
oddities and wonders here in the Gateway that you will get used to. It is a place for all walks, all types, with no judgment. At least here you can.
what you see of this one, there is her form. She is hunched over, but she is almost as tall as you. And when she turns, she seems to cover the distance without moving forward. And she brings one incredibly long arm around to rest her head on the hand of. She is at the middle of point of the bar, and 10 feet away, her elbow is on the edge, and she's doing this. How can I help you, my dears?
Well,
Uh, you said currency didn't matter here, correct?
right. Your each proprietor is interested in trade, and that would be whatever that is that they are looking for. Um,
All different forms of trade.
Greta here specializes in sharing of memories and secrets.
Special things that no one other than you knows.
Biren kind of shrinks back behind Dashani even more.
Memories or secrets that people aren't aware of?
Mm-hmm.
Attuned to?
Yes. One that it can be anything as small as the the petty thoughts that you had at someone's wedding. Or it could be something you did late at night that nobody else saw. Or it could
Maybe not that one.
And do you have a magical way of extracting these, or do we share them with you? What the how? And
Sometimes it's an
as he's
exchange of a tiny token that reminds you of it. Sometimes it's less tangible.
speaking with Greta, you can kind of see the wariness slash wariness uh leave his eyes as they get a little bit more bright and a little bit more excited. And he goes, I can do that. And he pulls out a small token. It is a small carved little token that looks like an old coin kind of deal. And he hands it to her and he goes, will this work? It holds a memory most dear to me.
He flips it over in her fingers, looks at it. It's bittersweet. I like it. This will do.
Will it suffice for me? And he looks at the others, I guess, my new companions? I'm still rather confused as to how I'm here, but I suppose we'll figure that out later.
If you figure out
Okay.
yours, see if you can figure out mine.
The gateway, just the oddest place. We all learn to love it.
Grows on you. It really
Or
does.
or
Maybe not, Cap.
hate it in time. Some people are strange. But yes, if you're looking for basic meals, this will do for your entire group. If you're looking for more, the others may want to also pay up a little.
He looks to the group. Are basic meals okay? If not,
Mm.
he pulls out another item that is a finely craft
as
statuette.
as he's pulling this out, Adraxon kind of just pats his arm.
I
Is this too much?
You've already given something. Let someone else.
He just kind of nods and tucks it back away in his bag.
Alright, who else has a secret?
Say that again, Dutchy.
She's asking who else has a secret.
And will step up to Greta. All right. And he will whisper in her ear.
She cups her enormous hand to her ear and to just this portion of her hand envelops the side of your face to block out other prying ears.
All right. Just shooting you something.
Yep.
Ari is just kind
You're
of
good.
looking around like, what do we do now?
Sit
As
down
he
at the table.
looks around at everything.
There are 13 tables here. They're all round. They all have between 3 and 7 chairs.
Why are they odd numbers?
And you see frogs, snakes, you see small, very small dragons. You see an imp just kind of cartwheel across one of the tables, picking up plates and disappearing.
Just for my own sake, before they had walked in, I'm going to say I rolled a perception check just to look around, see if anything caught my eye. And I got
You
a
didn't tell him
15.
what happened when we came through the door either.
You are correct.
Oh,
As you step off the street and into the shop, the cacophony of traffic and talking and just life happening behind you muffles to a whisper as you come into the shop. And there is no barrier, there's no door, it's an open space. You can see people there. But the moment you cross the threshold of this space, it was as if people were whispering behind you. Thank you for reminding me.
And I sent you a DM.
Yep.
okay.
Ooh, that
He's
one's
gonna like
sour. I
step
like it.
back and forth, like between the barrier of the shop to the street. He's just gonna step back and forth a couple times, just to be like,
Keeps
is
going
this actually happening? And
loud,
just to
loud,
hear the
almost
different.
quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet.
Yeah.
It's like walking into a room that has had sound canceling barriers put up around it, and a concert hall that has a rock group just jamming out at the all at once, and it's just shifting a couple of inches is enough to change that. You cannot
Fair.
plant and if you try, you cannot quite plant your head dead center so that you can experience both. You're experiencing one or the other.
Okay. As I said, he's gonna, like, for my own sake, I rolled a 15 on perception, and he's just gonna, like, step out, look around, step back in, look around, and you're just gonna see this look on his face of how? What is going on? It's all he's ever ever wanted to experience.
while you're doing that, after you've shared your token of secret, Draxon has just finished whispering into the ear of this enormous crone. She withdraws and drums her enormous fingers together, her overlong fingers. That's our secret. I like it. Favorites all around.
Looks to the group.
Favorites all around.
Is that a good thing?
It's a very good thing.
You'll be impressed.
Mhm.
Sit where you will. You will have your drinks shortly.
Jackson will take a heavy breath and then go find a empty table off to the far right side of the room.
As you gather and you take your seats, not a minute goes by, and single a single non-patron finally steps by. A familiar face to some of you, an overly a very dark red tiefling steps to the table with one much longer curved horn and one that looks like it's broken off and been capped uh, with jewelry that are just dripping off to the side. To see you again. What would your drinks be today?
Uh,
I want the iciest iced tea you have.
uh,
And the rest of you?
I'll take something with a little bit of a burn. Maybe a mead or a whiskey if you've got it.
An ale will be just fine.
Biren looks over at Dashani. What was that stuff I had here last time? Lemon juice?
Lemonade?
That was it.
They'll be
That
right
stuff.
out. And he sweeps on by, walks up to the table with the other three, and is chatting with them. Without him going to the back, a the best description I can give of it is a slightly multicolored noodle of a dragon that is about 4 feet long and about 4 inches at any point at its widest, is carrying a couple of a mug in each one of its 4 feet, and descends to your table and puts them down. They are all empty, and then it flies off, and over comes a toad, hops onto the table with a water skin and hops over and pours some uh, of a yellowish liquid into Biren's cup that has a cool fog uh, of there's a cool fog coming off of the mug and a frost starting to come up the lip. A cat leaps onto the table, and in its tail there is wrapped another wineskin that drips ale into the mug before the locks it on. A raven drops down with a flask in claw and unscrews one side with its beak and then tips it up and over and pours an amber liquid into Adraxon's cup. And then there is a moment, and it just finally crests over the edge of the table as a tortoise is just kind of slowly moving with a pitcher just kind of perched on its back.
Hey, young lassie!
None of the contents spill out of it, but it seems to be walking up the side of the table, gets onto the actual top of it, and walks to Deshani and just kind of looks at her expectantly.
I think I'll go with the same as last time, please. Sea bass, salad, berries, candied nuts.
I think he wants you to pour your tea out of the pitcher.
I'm sorry. Duchy's crashing a little bit.
You're good.
I pour the tea.
You take the pitcher and he starts to move away. You pour out this tea that is. The pitcher is the same temperature as everything around you. As you pour the tea, there is a small drip of fog into the glass before it starts to well up over the liquid that you pour in.
Fancy.
Ari is just kind of like watching in awe as everything happens.
Draxon looks to Ari.
Going to take a long drink of the iced tea before filling it up some more.
So, Arixum, where do you come from?
He's still just kind of looking, but snaps back to attention as you say his name. I come from a place that clearly is not here,
Well, we all did.
but if I truly had to answer, my home is a library, really. All of this is new, and yet feels somehow familiar.
Baron looks over at Deshani. What is a library?
It's a very large building filled with books.
Where was your
It'd be no good for me anyway. I can't read.
where
Yeah.
was your library located? Personally, I'm from the Fae.
I would say the prime material plane, but I don't think that would give you much information. Thinking of it, my home, my home is a place of forest and wilderness. But at the same time, there are settlements that spring up every so often.
Oh.
I am from such settlements. We are traveling. We are a traveling group. And yet, I and he's still just kind of looking around in awe.
I brought you here for the show. It gets better.
Brought me here for the circus, did you?
Just wait until
He brought the elephant to the circus.
no, that was that other place that we went to that gave me the food baby.
The food,
Food
baby.
baby.
So, as your conversation continues, a couple of minutes after your drinks have arrived and are once again refreshed by different familiars, um, the long arms of Greta delicately place plates and bowls in front of each of you as your actual favorite food is placed in front of you.
In front of Ari is a lovely niçoise salad. And he just goes, how did they know?
I told you it was a show. They know.
It comes with the business. Greta has her ways.
I see. And he just kind of stares at it, then looks to everyone else and says, well, I never thought it was real. I thought it existed, but no one else believed me, but here we are.
Oh, unfortunately for most, some who stumble upon this place, as he looks to Biren and Dashani, others, like myself, knew of its existence and went searching for it. And then
I didn't want to leave home.
oh, we're working on it. But there's you gotta admit though, since coming here you've grown quite a bit.
Say that again?
He was talking to Biren.
Oh,
So many
Okay.
experiences.
Baron throws the gun show. I, mm, yes, I have a little bit.
The server that had asked you what you wanted for your drinks is just lightly applauding off at the other table, looking at Biren.
Creepy.
Giving him
If
the
you
call
had
me
have
sign.
only seen me 2 days ago,
Oh,
over the table, I don't remember what exactly it was beforehand, but I believe it was like a 12.
no, your strength went from an 8 to a 15, I think it was. Or
That
9 to a 15.
9 to a 15. That was it.
There are many things here in the gateway. Ari, you don't mind if I call you Ari, do you?
He just kind of shakes his head as he's coming out of his wondrous look of awe. No, not at all. Actually, most people call me that, as my name is a bit cumbersome for them.
I don't find it cumbersome. I just full names seem like a bit of a formality.
Ari is fine. Ari is fine.
There is
Baron looks over at him. You use my full name.
do you want me to start shortening it for you? I can call you B.
Or beer. Hi, beer. How you doing?
I'm not shortening Balon's name. That's not happening.
No, I don't. No, I don't like that. No, we're good.
Lon.
Yeah, we ain't calling Balon Bay. It ain't happening.
Hi, Bay.
That would freak him the fuck out, that's for sure. No, but there are plenty of things here that are unique and wondrous, and not even we have explored the entirety of this place. Just kind of picked up doing things that we needed to get ourselves acquainted with some of the
Oh,
more
I've heard stories of this place.
I can't
Everyone
say I
thought I
have
was
nicer
crazy,
things
and
here.
yet here I am.
well.
So I'm gonna drop out. I'm crashing.
Okay, love.
Okay.
And catch me up after.
Will do,
We
Dutchy.
could probably just pull here and while we're eating our meals and stuff. We've done that before.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
mean,
good
it
night.
is whatever.
While everybody is conversing, sharing their stories, and learning a little bit more about each other, we're going to pull from this small hut that is so cozy and so oddly peaceful as the crone in the corner continues to cackle over her cauldron. And we're going to have our attention pull back into the darkness and back out into reality once again. I'm sorry to bring us back here, but I hope everybody had a good time. I hope you all enjoyed what we had going on here, and I truly hope that you come back and come see us or join us at the Haven. Uh, Links are somewhere around here, and we currently run Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays for our live plays. We have live roleplay on the server, and it goes pretty much almost every day, almost all day long. Participate in what you want. We have some experimental things that pop up here and there, some one shots. But my name is Tormy. I am happy to bring more people in and see you here and tell more stories together. So
Come back and watch another elf get fired from a bow.
have a
or
good night, everyone,
or
and
All right, everyone.
night.
have a good night, and let's tell some stories together. Bye.